And hello everyone, today is the 6th of March 2015. I hope you are doing well, but I think I always say that. So it's time for the weekly roundup to see what 5 gaming reviews we've had a look at this week. So starting at the beginning, which is always a very good start, hope you're not getting deja vu here, but on the ZX Spectrum it was Stormbringer by Mastertronic in 1987. Now this is the 4th one in the Magic Knight series. Quite a while ago I brought you Finders Keepers, and this is the 4th one in the series there. There was Spellbound, Nighttime, and then this one. Magic Knight, he's now gone back to sort of his own time there. Again, it's another collecting objects thingamajig, using the Windowmation menu system. I'm slowly getting used to it, but I think I prefer Nighttime, the game before, because that was graphically better and much more exciting because it was in the 25th century. But that might be just me. Nighttime, I'll certainly may have to go back to the one and see if I can complete it. But not bad, but a little bit lackluster, this last one in the series. Then we brought you 2 Commodore Amiga games this week. Hooray! So slowly catching up, getting near that 100 mark. The earliest one was in 1989. It was Space Harrier by Elite, based on the coin-up operation one. I'm mixing up my words a bit here, what a surprise. Based on the arcade cabinet from the arcades, of course, where else would it be? This game is very fast. You control this flying guy with a big cannon under his arm, going through the fantasy zone. Now, I've already reviewed this on the ZX Spectrum and the Game Boy Advance, and out of the 3 I think I slightly prefer the Game Boy Advance one, although that is 32-bit and the latest of the 3. But the Amiga one isn't without merit. It's ridiculously difficult, it moves at a breakneck speed, but I played this one with cheat mode on. Yes, don't kill me. I was desperate to see what happened at the end, really. And, well, I won't spoil it if you want to watch the video, but yes, something does happen at the end. Yes. The main reason for getting near the end really is growing up I always saw this box Space Harrier with the mammoth on the front with a big eye, but I never actually saw him in the game. I didn't progress quite far enough. This time I did, so it's interesting to see where he fitted in. He isn't a major part of the game like I thought at all, but he is in it, looking very two-dimensional. The other Amiga game I brought you was in 1992 by Storm, called Indy Heat. Heavily influenced by things like Super Sprint and maybe Ivan Stewart's racing. It's a bit like that, but it recreates the IndyCar series from the early 90s. The arcade version, where it's converted from, is called Danny Sullivan's Indy Heat. He was an IndyCar racer, won the Indianapolis and become world champion at some point in the kart racing championships in the States. Game plays really well. It helps me out because it's particularly easy, but it's the same sort of fare. You do a number of laps, must come first, second or third each time, collect money, and with that money buy extras like improved engines or boosts or increased steering. But it's great fun to play. In one player, I have to admit, it's not too much of a challenge, but with a number of mates round, up to 3 players, it's quite good. One of the controllers is always going to be the computer, but you can pretty much beat him quite easily. So a good game worth investigating if you haven't already. That's Indy Heat by Storm in 1992. Next we come up to the Game Boy Advance, a handheld. Now this cartridge is another 2 games in one. One game is Rampage, which we'll come to in a future weeks, no doubt. The other one was Paperboy, published by Zoo Corporation in 2005, again based on the arcade games. This isn't the best conversion in the world, it has to be said. I've only ever played Paperboy on the Commodore Amiga and the ZX Spectrum. I reviewed it on the ZX Spectrum. It's very blue and black. Collision detection is a bit dodgy, but it's a good nostalgic game. This one, although it's more colourful and closer to the arcade cabinet, it could have been a lot better. It feels a little bit rushed. One of the main problems with it, collision detection isn't quite so good again, but when you're driving the, well, riding the bike there on the pavement, the steering is a bit out of kilter, so gradually you're drifting into the road off the pavement. If you watch the review you'll probably see it a bit better than I'm explaining it, so it makes it a little bit unplayable. Music is good. There's something a little bit missing from it, so although I don't mind it, it could have been a lot better, so it's a bit frustrating then. That was in 2005. Now the last game we're slowly working through was the Pinball Arcade. We brought you the table Black Knight. This was published by Farsight Studios in 2012. Also bundled with a table Creature from the Black Lagoon, which we'll probably be coming to at some point. I don't know if I'm going to make it all the way through this video because I've got a bit of a cough. You might have noticed me faltering every now and again, but the voice is still working and we must be near the end now. But anyway, so that was the 5th video on the PlayStation 3 Pinball Arcade Black Knight. Quite an early table, this by Williams. The original one came out in 1980. The species is pretty basic, but it's the first table, or one of the first at least, to include a multiplayer playfield. So you've got an upper deck and a bottom deck, but makes it a bit harder to see with the various angles, but it's a nice touch. Speech is very basic, but it's from 1980, so it's developing there. On my go, the ball got stuck, so that was very realistic. I called the attendant, but he was no use. Yes, and that was after running an update as well, so hopefully they fix that on a future update, or maybe I was just unlucky or doing something wrong. So I hope you enjoyed watching the videos this week. We got over 300 subscribers, so thank you to everyone that's subscribed. I mean that sincerely, so thank you for that, because that's the, well, the blood of the channel that keeps it running. I try to answer all comments as much as I can. Occasionally one I miss, but I might come to it a bit later. If you put a link to a video, I've noticed quite a lot of the time with YouTube it will automatically go to spam, and it's not that I'm ignoring you, it's just that I haven't seen it. Sometimes comments that come through from Google Plus, there's no reply button. Sometimes I try to like them if I can, but sometimes there's just nothing to respond to, so I don't know quite how you work around that. So I'm not ignoring you, I do try and answer all the comments there. So yes, thank you for your continued support. Hopefully we'll get up to 400 quite soon in the coming months, who knows, it's a bit of a mystery to say the best. So yep, keep well, keep safe, watch out for dinosaurs, until next time then, goodbye. Goodbye. Right. Watch out for dinosaurs.